Women's flag football just did it again. Actually, twice. Two major collegiate athletic associations just approved women's flag to be their next championship sport. Let me tell you what that means. Back in 2021, the NAIA became the first college athletic governing body to give flag football a chance, naming it an emerging sport. For 5 years, the sport stayed as an emerging sport until in 2025, it was promoted to an invitational sport. And this past spring in 2026, the NAIA held its first invitational championship where Warner University defeated Ottawa University, ending their 5-year title streak. Now beginning with the 2026-2027 academic year, the NAIA has promoted the sport once again to a championship level sport, meaning there will be the first ever national champion named in 2027. Junior college programs have also been promoted. The NJCAA named women's flag football as a championship sport beginning in the academic year of 2027-2028. So coming spring in 2028, 37 programs under the NJCAA will be competing for the first ever women's flag football junior college national title. Here's my recap from ASU Football Pro Day 2026. We started in the Sun Devil Athletic Facility. That's kicker Jesus Gomez. These different draft eligible athletes are being photographed and weighed in. This right here is Max Ahinachor. He's an offensive lineman and he's actually one of my targets for the day. But you can see there are 31 out of the 32 NFL teams in attendance, and it is such a big deal for ASU. They did the vertical jump. Everyone's getting all hyped up. You can see all of the media brought out everybody. So once again, these are only the draft eligible Sun Devils. Then we went over to Kajikawa practice fields, and this is Jesus Gomez one more time. That's a 63-yard field goal attempt. Boom, perfect. He had a lot of people watching him. Then they herded everybody into the Verde Dickey Dome for the 40-yard dash and some other drills. So this is Keyshawn Elliott in his 40-yard dash. We have some of the top NFL prospects here, but we also have some of the biggest faces in the NFL currently. And another one of my targets is wide receiver Jordan Tyson, but he did not partake. But like I said, Max Ahinachor was a big reason I was there today, and there he was with Mike Vrabel. This moment between the two of them actually caught a lot of media attention because it's really uncommon for a head coach to act like this at a pro day. But here we go. I'm trying to do my stand-up. Here's my boss. He's helping me frame my stand-up, but it's really difficult, I'm not gonna lie. So there I am struggling, but then eventually I get it, and then I finish the day with my interview with Jordan, and then I go and Max was just cracking me up, but we just decided to end the video there. Yay, that's it.
Just to wake up this game, have energy off the field. Before we started the game, we were warming up with, fun energy, all that. We carried it to the sideline, and then we brought it on the field, and that's, it helped us execute for sure.
I have to ask you, did you come out at all? I was trying to keep track of you, but I think the whole entire game until the fourth quarter, you were in. Is that true?
Yeah, I was up until probably the last drive I was in. I don't typically come out unless we're blowing them out or something.
I know you're an Arizona girl and you're used to this heat, but how do you stay at 100? Because I think your fourth touchdown was in the fourth quarter. You were going from first quarter to fourth quarter. How do you stay consistent?
I think just the work that I put out outside of the games is what really helps me, have that stamina to get through all the way to the fourth quarter and give it my 100, because that's what my team needs. And ultimately, I got to give my best throughout the whole game because that's what we need to be successful. So I just train outside of this.
I found out great at the baseball team, and I wanted to paint for the team, and we're guiding along, and then now I've been all around the world and played this as well.
You kind of laid down everything. What is your process? You lay everything down and then you go in?
Yeah, fine. I work on the details, and if there's significant moments or the same things, putting some painting, I'll get that in as well. I'll start building up the crowds. Yeah, I'm looking at the flags of the background here at the moment. I'm always trying to see, okay, what's going on, what's unique about this ball club, where we are today. So I'm looking at what colour cleats they've got on, who's got a glove in the left hand or the right hand. That's the usual socks. So with advanced restriction, most of the very socks in there. See, I'm trying to capture, okay, each player, what do they look like, how they dress, to give it a little bit of personality. I record the history. I record the story of the team, the history of Great Britain baseball, where we've been in the world, the results we've had, who we've played against. I do portraits of the players as well, so, I've got portraits of the players, coaches, physios, admin staff. So it really builds up our archive of history of Great Britain baseball, and so I think it's an amazing thing for the team to have.
We're about to enter week 8 of the high school football season, and here in Panama City, I know everyone's curious who's leading what statistical category, so let's get into it. We're going to kick things off with receiving yards, and leading the pack is Freeport senior Julius Miles, who's averaging 158.6 yards a game. Now to the ground game rushing yards. This one was a tight race, but in the lead is Cottondale sophomore Zacharias Collins, putting up 185.5 yards a game. Moving on to total touchdowns, we've got a three-way tie at the top. Representing the east side is Franklin County senior Sadiq Jones, Bluntstown's Amari Thomas, and Freeport's Julius Miles once again, all with 13 touchdowns so far this season. Shifting over to the defense, Mosley senior Wyatt Fleming is a standout, averaging 10.2 tackles per game. And finally, let's talk interceptions. This one was a close race as well, but Arnold senior Darren Elder leads this one with 5 picks as of Friday night. On Thursday, August 14th, it was announced that Arnold's head football coach, Jason Griffin, would be given a 6-game suspension and put under a $5,000 pay deduction after alleged recruiting and improper communication with athletes outside of Arnold High School. But when I caught up with the coach, he told me that that was not the full story.
I wasn't expecting them. I had never spoken to these kids before, haven't spoken to them since. It was simply 4 individuals that showed up. The sanction was incredibly severe. And it kind of didn't make sense to me and my family or anyone really. What they told us that if we wanted a chance to appeal the severity of the sanction, that we had to self-report. My wife and I watched it on the couch, and she watched me going insane. Having my seniors sit in my office and cry and feel like they're having their senior years taken from them, it was challenging as a man. Really challenging as a father and a husband. A lot of hugs and a lot of just seeing their response and their reaction, and it really impossible for me to explain